back to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs down if you didn't. And basically today, in this video, we'll be teaching you how to make this animation you see here. So let's jump into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save the video that you want to use on TikTok. Then you're going to open your Flip-A-Clip app, and you are going to create a new animation. You're going to title it, and make sure you change the canvas size to TikTok, and then you're going to push create. Then you're going to click the top right corner with the three dots, and you're going to click add video, and you're going to select the video you want to do. If you would like to, you can cut off the ending that's just like the black showing the person's username, and then it's going to load. And once it's loaded, we're going to get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is watch your video and just kind of see the beginning of it, see what maybe if anything comes to you or if you have any ideas. And then I decided for this one that I want to skip the beginning and go back to it later. So I'm just going to jump right in and start picking the colors I want to use, which for this one I want to use pink since her nails are pink and I don't really see any other colors. So I'm going to start with pink, and I'm probably going to end up using white as well. So I'm just going to start with the pink and do a ball that's going to come into her hand, and then she's going to kind of juggle it like a circus ball. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of keep doing that until the ball is moving in a way that I like it, and you can really make it do anything and bounce how high or fast or whatever you want. And then once I'm done with that, I'm just adding a second ball, and it's going to do the same thing in the other hand. And yeah, so then once I get them to the ending spot where they're both kind of up in the air after being juggled, I am going to have them start to go off the screen. So I'm just going to kind of keep them in the same line as they're in, but just kind of keep moving outwards. And I'm going to do that until I'm happy with them and they're off the screen. So once I was done with that, I am taking the white now that I was talking about, and I like to use white for a lot of things because I just think it looks clean and cool. And so I'm going to trace the hand on the slide that I want it to end on, and then I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go backwards in the slides and go to the previous slides before that, and I'm going to paste it in multiple times. And then once you've pasted it in, you can start with the eraser tool and erase like 80%. And then on the next one, only erase like 60%, 40%, 20%, just kind of keep lowering it until you're erasing nothing and it's full. And that way what will happen then is it will kind of like fade in. And then once I was done with that, I decided that I want to make the hand kind of get bigger and go off the screen by just getting so big. So I just kind of kept going with it and kind of kept making it bigger and bigger until it was off the screen. Okay, so once I was done with that, what I did is I took the pink again and I made it the size I wanted. And then since she kind of pulled, I just wanted it to be like a rope or something that kind of pulled along and then disappeared. So that's what I did. And then this next step that I decided to go with is a swirling motion. So one side is going to swirl in front and the other is going to swirl in back. So on this one, I'm doing the left side swirling in front and the right side's going in back. And it's like two snakes or lines, you might call it, that are going by. And then as you keep going, you just always make sure that the one coming from the left side going towards the right side is the one that is in front. And it's just going to kind of keep swirling around her. And you can adjust it or make it however you kind of think it looks good. And so I just kind of kept going with that until it had swirled all the way off to the bottom of the screen. And then I watched it to see what I thought. Okay, so now the next step is I am going to draw two lines kind of across where she's pulling her hands from cross to not crossed. And so I use the ruler tool, which you can click up in the right top, and I'm just kind of going in with pretty thick lines, and I'm doing that until they kind of form one big block. Okay, so now that I have done that with the white, I'm going to go in and do it again with the pink, doing the same thing until it forms a block. And once I've done that with both, I'm going to copy and paste the white in on the whole time that the pink's happening so that I have both lines for the whole thing. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to copy the whole thing and just kind of make that start to move upwards. So as you can see, I'm pasting it and then using the lasso tool, just kind of keep moving it upwards until it is all the way up and off the screen. Okay, so once I finished that, I thought it looked cool with the stripes, but I thought it might look even cooler if we added a second round of them. So what I did is I copy and pasted it again with it kind of following the other one, if that makes sense. And if that doesn't make sense the way I'm describing it, just kind of watch what I did. And then once I was done with that, I decided that for the next part, I'm going to use the circle tool, and I'm going to make a circle going out from our hand that's going to get bigger and bigger. So as you can see, it started with a pretty small circle, and then I just kind of kept going and going until it got bigger and bigger. And once I was done with that, then I decided that I was going to do the same thing with the pink one. So I kind of went back to the first slide that I started the circles on, and I drew a small pink circle trying to match it the best size as I possibly could, so it was about the same as the white. And once I did that, I zoomed out and I just kind of kept going with it, and I tried to match it the best I could to the white. And yeah, but I just kind of kept adding to it and making it bigger and bigger, just like I did with the other one. For the next part, as you can see, she's doing like a punch to the front, and then she does another one with her other hand. And so I decided it'd be cool to do one large white dot in the center of where she's punching, and then to kind of have it move outwards in smaller dots. So I kind of just took the small dots and I made a ton of them, so they were super densely packed in that area. And then I kind of started to move outwards and make them wider, and they just kind of kept getting wider and wider and spreading out more and more until they were like off the screen basically. Now that we are done with the white, let's go in and do the same thing with the pink on the other side. So we're going to start where she is like punching on that side where it's like the most punched forward, and then we're going to do the exact same thing we did on the white, but now in pink. Okay, so we are almost there, so let's watch it really quick all the way through to see what we have so far, and then to see what's coming next. Okay, so now what we're going to do is her hands kind of go up and around and over and make almost like a circle shape. So with a pencil that is only kind of filled in, so it's like the faded version, I'm going to take that and I'm just going to kind of start to draw like an oval that kind of follow her hands. And I'm going to do that until it comes all the way around and it becomes a full oval. And then on the next few slides, what I am doing is I am making that ovalish circle shape smaller and smaller until it just becomes like a little dot in the middle, and then it'll disappear, so it kind of just like shrinking. And then once we are done with that, we will move on and do the exact same thing in pink. Okay, so now that we have finished the main part of the animation, I am going to go back and do the beginning that I had left. And so now that I've kind of gotten a feel for the animation, I think it'd be really cool to do her name going across the screen and then to kind of have it fade up to the top corner and so it'll kind of move. So yeah, so I just kind of first went in and added individually each letter. So starting with C, H, A, and then R, and then L and I to spell out her name, as you can see. And it will take a little bit of time to get them all the same size and the color and everything. But once you pick your font and color, it should just automatically make the rest of them that when you add them. And then once you're done with that, you can just kind of keep using the lasso tool, selecting it and moving it to the corner. Or if you want it to fade off to the side or to the bottom or however, you can move them any direction and just keep doing that until it's off the screen. So that's what I did, as you can see, and now it's off the screen. And in this animation, we showed you all of these slides and how to do them. And this is the finished animation. So I hope you liked this video, and if you learned something from it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And let us know in the comments what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.